Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, March 18th. We have all you need to know about the appointment of a new dean for the Donald P. Bellisario College of Communications, as well as more on a massive Blair County barn fire.
We also have the latest information on federal immigration enforcement, along with sports, entertainment, weather, and an interview. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Cara McGowan.
And I'm Maia Valerio. Earlier today, Emily Metzger was named Dean of the Donald P. Bellisario College of Communications following a national search. Metzger has served as the director of the School of Journalism and Media at Kent State University since 2020. Metzger says, quote, "It is clear this is a special place, one defined by creativity, collaboration, and a shared commitment to excellence." Her appointment begins on July 1st.
Ski season may be coming to an end, but managers of Tussey Mountain have new beginnings planned for the beloved Center County Resort. Following the mountain's acquisition in 2022, managing partner Josh Lincoln set his sights on revitalizing the property and expanding its services to meet modern demands. Proposed renovations include a new bar and restaurant, improved ski school, ski patrol, and retail spaces. Harris Township supervisors expressed support of the plan, but developers still have a long road ahead. Resort sewage infrastructure is yet to be approved by the Center County Regional Planning Commission and Council of Governments General Forum. Lincoln says he is hopeful the community supports this exciting expansion.
A massive barn fire in Blair County is now under investigation after breaking out early Saturday morning. Crews say the fire started around 2:30 a.m. at Rich Lou Farms in Martinsburg and spread quickly due to strong winds. Firefighters were able to save part of the structure, but a large portion of the barn was destroyed. Most of the farm's dairy cows are believed to be safe, though it's still unclear if all survived. Officials are still working to determine the cause of the fire.
An Indiana County man is facing charges of terroristic threats and disorderly conduct after allegedly making threats at a local parade. Indiana Borough Police say visitors at the town's annual St. Patrick's Day parade heard the man state he was going to, quote, shoot up the parade. The suspect, 18-year-old Chase Mansfield, was reportedly wearing dark clothing and a face mask. He did not possess a weapon when detained by officers on the scene. Mansfield is currently housed in Indiana County Jail while awaiting arraignment. What kind of weather can students expect for this week? Student meteorologist Filippo Formica is live in the studio with this week's forecast. Filippo?
Thanks, Cara. Our Max graphics system is having a little bit of a moment today, so we're just going to have the 7-day forecast for you all. But tonight, going back below freezing after plenty of snow melt after our surprise Tuesday morning snowfall, where we recorded about 1.5 inches of snow here in State College, but that has melted for the most part across central Pennsylvania. Western Pennsylvania is still holding on to that snowpack where they got close to 1/2 foot. So winter knocked right back after a very warm week while many students here at Penn State were on spring break. But the warmth will return for this weekend. But first, we have to get through tonight, low of 28 degrees. Before tomorrow, clouds roll in again, a high of 48. So continuing that snow melt, but some more snow chances overnight with a low of 31. I think we're only going to see a few flakes here in State College, but most of the snow showers will be to the west of the Central Mountains. Still could cause some slick conditions as you're getting out there for that Thursday morning. So be sure to stay weather aware, as well as on Friday, another weather aware day as some afternoon rain showers move in. Some of our models are indicating that these showers could be quite intense and even include a rumble of thunder or two as a cold front swings through the region. A high of 57, above average for this time of the year, a low of 43 that is also above average as well. As we go into the weekend, the warmth returns, perfect timing, 61 degrees with some morning cloud cover on Saturday, dropping down back into the 40s. As we go into Sunday, another round of showers moves through, but a mid-afternoon high of 69 degrees, closing in on the 70 mark for the first time in a while, and back down into the 30s as that cold front moves through. As we start the beginning of next school week, we're going to be watching temperatures drop back into the 40s and 50s, but there is good news here. The Climate Prediction Center does have us in a favorable zone for above average temperatures as we go into the 6 to 10 day period. So the very end of this 7-day forecast and towards the end of next week. But for our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, temperatures hovering in the 40s, some peaks of sunshine across Tuesday and Wednesday especially. Do have to watch Tuesday morning, a low of 24 degrees as you're making your way out to those 8 a.m. classes. Cara, back to you.
Thanks, Filippo. Now over to Brianna Langberg with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Cara. I'm Brianna Langberg with your sports update. Penn State baseball's early season struggle continued this weekend after falling short in Sunday's finale against Iowa. The Nittany Lions held an early lead, but Iowa stormed back with a 7-run fourth inning and limited the Nittany Lions to just 1 run the rest of the way. Penn State will now travel to Indiana to face Purdue in a 3-game series. The Boilermakers enter the matchup at 3-3 in Big Ten play, while Penn State is still searching for its second conference win. First pitch is set for Friday's opener at 4 p.m. After having their undefeated streak snapped by Princeton, Penn State women's lacrosse returns home Sunday to face Michigan on Senior Day, while the program will honor 7 seniors. The senior class has played a key role in building this program, making Sunday an emotional send-off at home. One of those seniors, Peyton Wainman, has made a major impact this season, leading the team with 28 goals. Both teams enter with 1 conference win, making this matchup an important early test in Big Ten play. Opening draw is set for noon on Sunday at Panzer Stadium. The WNBA and its players' union have finally agreed to terms on a new collective bargaining agreement. This comes just weeks before the 2026 season is set to begin. Negotiations have been ongoing for a year, if approved by both the Women's National Basketball Players Association and the WNBA Board of Governors. Teams will have a higher salary cap, while players receive expanded benefits and major pay increases. Top players could earn more than $1 million per year, making a first in WNBA league history. History was made last night as Venezuela defeated the United States 3-2, winning its first ever World Baseball Classic title. USA fans saw a glimmer of hope at the bottom of the 8th inning when Bryce Harper hit a game-tying 2-run home run to even the score heading into the 9th. However, Team USA could not answer at the bottom of the 9th after Venezuela's Eugenio Suarez delivered a go-ahead RBI double in the crucial moment. Ultimately, the U.S. ended the game 1 swing short, stamping an early, emotional, and history-defining ending for Team Venezuela. That's all for your sports update. After the break, Machena Buczynski has the latest in the world of entertainment. Stay tuned.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Machena Buczynski with your entertainment update. A major concert is coming to Penn State's Bryce Jordan Center this weekend. Grammy-winning artist Brandon Lake will perform Friday night at 7 p.m. as part of his King of Hearts tour. Lake is known for popular worship songs like Gratitude and Graves into Gardens, and has won multiple Grammy Awards for his music. The show will also feature special guest performers and is expected to draw a large crowd. Tickets are still available online and doors open 1 hour before the show. The Nittany Valley Symphony is celebrating American music with a special performance at Penn State. The America at 250 concert will take place March 19th at 7:30 p.m. in Eisenhower Auditorium. The program features a mix of jazz, classical, Broadway, and film music from well-known American composers. The event highlights the nation's musical history ahead of the United States' 250th anniversary. Tickets are available online with discounts for students and seniors. Want to hear more about the newest exhibit at the Palmer Museum of Art? Reporter Emily Carter is live in the studio with the latest. Emily?
Thanks, McKenna. At the Palmer Museum of Art, an exhibition is redefining the traditional museum experience. Insistent Presence, contemporary African art from the Chazin collection, curated by Margaret Nagawa, encourages visitors to look beyond the surface to explore themes of identity, culture, and belonging. 2 weeks ago, the museum hosted a curator talk with Nagawa, and I was there to learn how this exhibition is sparking conversation. Let's take a look.
Inside the galleries of the Palmer Museum of Art, art is doing more than filling the walls. It's starting conversations. Curator Margaret Nagawa created the exhibition, Insistent Presence, Contemporary African Art from the Chazin Collection, to encourage viewers to look beyond the surface of each piece.
Tonight at the Palmer Museum of Art, Margaret Nagawa is challenging the traditional roles of museums, not as quiet halls of history, but as active spaces for conversation and social change.
Nagawa organized the exhibition around a central theme, the human body. Instead of grouping the artwork by geography or time period, she divided the gallery into 3 sections: the body in society, the artist in present, and the absent body. Each explores how artists represent or intentionally leave out the body to raise deeper questions about identity, power, and belonging. Some pieces examine how ideas like masculinity and identity are passed down through generations. Others reflect on conflict and the hope for peace, including an installation featuring a chair made of gun cartridges, symbolizing a future without war. Migration, culture, and belonging appear as overlapping themes throughout the gallery.
I think that it's making a certain kind of statement about Africa and African art, and usually exhibit things that you would normally not see in a conventional museum, right? So it is sort of like rewriting the history of African art here in the West.
Even the gallery design itself helps tell the story. Terracotta toned walls inspired by the artwork by Osaka Ranti Bam create an immersive environment meant to connect viewers to the origins and meaning behind the work. For Nagawa, contemporary African art isn't defined by geography, but by the conversations it can create. And here at the Palmer Museum of Art, those conversations are just beginning. For Penn State Network News, I'm Emily Carter.
Insistent Presence remains on display at the Palmer Museum of Art for you to visit. Back to you, McKenna.
Thanks, Emily. Singer-songwriter Noah Kahan is bringing his story to Netflix. He just announced on Monday a new documentary called Out of Body is set to release April 13th. The film follows Kahan after the success of his hit album Stick Season as he deals with fame and works on new music. It also shows him returning to his hometown in Vermont, where he spends time with family and reflects on his life. The documentary will premiere at the South by Southwest Festival in Texas before streaming on Netflix. Season 22 of The Bachelorette will premiere Sunday, March 22nd at 8 p.m. on ABC. This season stars Taylor Frankie Paul, best known from the hit series The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. The show is also making a change, moving from its usual Monday night slot to Sundays. New episodes will stream the next day on Hulu. A special preview episode aired March 15th, giving fans a first look at the new season. Fans are excited to see a classic show return with a new twist. That's all for your entertainment update. Coming up next, interview anchor Piper Murray will be speaking with Christian Gresco, a photographer with Onward State. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
all of us here at the Bellisario Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Ready, Mike? 3, 2. Fade in on 2. Mike and Q.
This is Nittany Talk.
I would say spring.
Slow down.
When he knew that, how can you say
I know.
she continues to hold her values and everything though, and I think that that's really important. So yeah, and self-care Saturday.
And you lose a lot of sleep.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State. Hey everyone, welcome to Culture Central. My name is Jaden Stewart,
What's good, everybody? My name is Eric Pichardo, and we are your hosts
creators
and executive producers of Culture Central. Is this Whitney Houston?
We're doing things that have never been done before, so welcome to the family.
Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out.
Reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
If you don't include human beings, you cannot accurately model the way the climate has changed over the last 50 years.
And I don't know that we're ever going to be free of some sort of bug.
That the natural state of motion for something to be in is to remain in its current state of motion.
I'm lucky enough to discover various things out there. Pulsars, exoplanets, and some other phenomena that ended up being interesting.
Hi, I'm Johnson Gary with Asking Penn State.
Of Asking Penn State,
Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State. Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Piper Murray, joined by Christian Gresco, a student photographer here at Penn State. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Christian.
No problem. I'm so excited to be here.
So first question for you is, you've had some pretty cool experiences here with photography already at Penn State. How'd you get started?
So basically back to the beginning, I was playing soccer. I really thought that's what I wanted to do. I was having so much fun doing so. It was really what was giving me joy. And I didn't know if there was something past that until I got a injury and I broke my foot. And it was kind of a really dumb injury. I was trying to sprint up my stairs inside my house and I just kicked a step and I didn't even think it was an injury. And I went to the doctors after my dad's girlfriend's daughter said your foot kind of looks a bit weird. So we went to the doctors and I never would have thought it, but I was on crutches for 6 weeks and it really sucked and I didn't really know what to do. But then I was like, you know what? It doesn't really help me if I just sit here and stuff like that. So I thought that there has to be something else that I can do. And that new thing was actually graphic design. So that was the first thing that I did. It was really, really fun, just getting to make things usually for my friends and just see them really appreciate what I was doing. That was super cool. But then like the next high school season came around before I was doing like graphics for the high school baseball team. But then the next season came around. It was like my first football season. It was sophomore year in high school. And we really didn't have photos that like I could use for the graphics that I was making. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should just take this upon myself and see where it goes. And like once I started it, it was something that like I never wanted to stop. Like I just started and like this is really, really fun. And like people would ask me like, dude, you do this like so much. And I'm just like, I do. Like it's just really like really fun for me and like all that stuff. And it kind of just like snowballed for there. Like I really don't know how I got here today, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and kind of connected to that, you developed a pretty big following on social media. How did that start, and what are you doing to continue to grow your social media?
I mean, like, I think the biggest thing about social media is that so many people are like worried about, oh, I need this number. And like, you know, they're like, I get like questions like, hey, how did you get this following? And like, I really don't have a great answer. I think like really my like method to what I like doing is just trying to be as like true as I can to myself. Like, I just want to be a person that is like easy to connect with, is somebody that like someone else can see as their own. Cause like, I really am not, I'm not no different than any other freshman here. Like we're all just in this together at Penn State, like just trying to figure out everything. And like, it's just been super cool to see like me kind of grow a platform, because I've been able to like have people reach out to me and say like, you're such an inspiration to me. And like, just hearing those words, it's like, it's the greatest compliment ever, but I never know how to react to it. Cause it's kind of just like, how do you think that way of me? Like, I'm just a 19-year-old trying to do what I love. And I don't know, it's just always been crazy, but like just staying true to like who I am. I just want to be somebody that can be helpful, be a beacon to somebody that wants to do exactly what I do. And hopefully like what my goal is, like, if somebody is passionate about this, I would love to help them get farther in what they love doing.
Yeah.
That is
That's awesome. And you recently started a question and answer series on your social media. How did that come to be? Where did the inspiration for that come from?
Like funny enough, like a lot of my friends that I've talked to, they were kind of like, I don't really know exactly how it started, but they were kind of like, dude, like you have like really like good advice to tell me and stuff like that. And I called this one photographer, I believe he's from the Maine area, but like a super cool guy. And we talked on the phone for, I think like 2 hours, but just like, I'm sometimes when I talk, like I really don't know if I'm saying something that like actually makes any sense, but like other people telling me that like this really helps me, like that was kind of like just the thing that put me over the edge. I can be shy, but like if I know I have the chance to help somebody else, like I'll easily take that chance. Like if it's a little bit of like anxiousness, like for so much fulfillment, like why not do it? And if I can help somebody else, like absolutely go for it. But like I think the Q&A has just been like really, really cool, because I've gotten like so many responses from even my friends like that I work with at Onward. Like somebody indirectly told me that someone we work with was moving around more at a game that she was photographing because I said it. I'm like, we literally work together. Like you could have asked me this question, I would have gladly told it to you. But no, like it's just super cool to see like the power of my platform. Like I never would have thought that it could have gotten to this like the way it is now. I'm just super grateful for it, honestly.
Yeah, it's so awesome that you can use your passion to also help people. Kind of more shifting to like specific photo shoots and opportunities you've had at Penn State. Do you have a favorite experience shooting so far in your time at Penn State?
Yeah, so I mean, I think a lot of people can say this, but like definitely the Penn State whiteout. It was something that like I never thought that I would be photographing as a freshman. It was really not like it's always something that you watch on TV, and it's like something that you're like, it would be awesome to just be able to watch that game. And never in my wildest dreams did I think I was going to be on the field for it. And especially being on the field for a Drew Aller interception 20 feet away from me, that was definitely something that was, you know, a little rough in the moment. But no, it was the greatest experience ever. And to see like my passion be able to bring me there, like that was just, it was so cool. And I remember like walking onto the field for the first time, and like I'm a person who like loves sunsets, and I looked up at the sky and I'm like, what, this has to be like some like moment that was like made in heaven. Like how is this, like it's such a cool environment. But they had the base turned all the way up, so I walked in and I'm like, this is my like entire body shaking. It was like, this is like no exaggeration of like what anyone has talked about the whiteout. Like this is super, super cool. And like
just being on the sidelines at a Penn State football game is the greatest thing ever, just because every single person on that sideline, one, you're friends with, but two, wants the best for you. And like, that's just a super good feeling to be in that environment. Like every 5 feet is somebody that you can talk to. And if you absolutely had to ask them a question, like they would love to answer your question and even talk to you more. So it's just Penn State football and just the Penn State culture in general is the greatest thing ever. And I'm so grateful for it.
Yeah, and kind of connected to that whiteout game. I know you had a photo that you took during that got you gold in the American football category at the World Sports Photography Awards, and then you were also selected as a finalist for the Emerging Talent category. Can you tell me what that application process was like? What all of that was like?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like I've always like saw these awards, and it was something that like I never really thought of. Like it was always in the back of my mind, and like I'm a huge procrastinator, so every time I see those, I'm like, maybe I'll submit something. But one of my good friends, Mac Johnson, who is a student photographer at the University of Nebraska, he's one of my best friends. He's like one of the hardest workers and one of the coolest people to talk to, and is so humble. Like anything I compliment him on, he's like, dude, how are you saying this? Like, I'm like, we're both like just fighting to compliment each other. But no, he's an awesome person. But he told me to just like submit something this year. So I was doing homework and I only submitted 2 photos. One photo was the photo that you're talking about, the whiteout of the student section. And the other photo was a photo of, I want to say, Devontae Ross celebrating a touchdown with fireworks going off in the background. And like, I don't even think I told my dad that I submitted anything, just because I was kind of like, well, if something happens, like it's cool, but never like was a thought in my mind. And then I don't remember how, like, I remember in the application process, like every now and then they would post photos like or I think at one point they were just posting photos like, here's the like possible finalists and stuff. And they didn't show every photo, but like I never saw anything that I was creating. So I'm like, okay, then I obviously have no chance. And like all the other people in the thing were just like super amazing photographers. So like once I got in, like saw the email, I was just freaking out. I was just super grateful for everything, and like just a crazy experience.
Yeah, well, Christian, thank you so much for joining us tonight and telling us more about your experiences in photography and with Onward State. Now stick around, because coming up next, Maia and Cara will have the latest news from across the nation.
President Donald Trump says he's urging several countries to help secure a critical global oil route, but so far, no one has signed on. Speaking Sunday, Trump said he's asked about 7 nations to send warships to keep the Strait of Hormuz open as tensions tied to the Iran war pushes oil prices higher. He didn't name the countries involved, but noted many rely heavily on Middle East oil flowing through that waterway. Trump says the U.S. depends less on the route and wants other nations to step up, adding that America is willing to work alongside them.
U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement is terminating the contractor operating its largest detention facility. Camp East Montana, located in El Paso, Texas, will be operated by former subcontractor Amentum Services, Inc. Changes in management come after recent evidence of overcrowding, medical neglect, malnutrition, and emotional distress. At least 130 calls to 911 were made by detainees within the first 5 months of camp operations. Calls reported medical emergencies, fights, and 2 deaths. A spokesperson from Amentum claimed its new partnership with ICE will promise higher standards of internal accountability. Texas state representatives have expressed relief over management change, but continue to share concerns regarding broader inhumane treatment of detainees.
A major offshore wind project in Massachusetts has officially reached a big milestone. Construction wrapped up Friday night on Vineyard Wind, marking the completion of offshore work with the installation of its final turbine blades. The project had faced delays after being halted by the Trump administration over national security concerns, but later resumed following legal challenges. Vineyard Wind is already generating electricity and, once fully running, is expected to power about 400,000 homes with clean energy.
8 people were convicted on Friday of terrorism charges in connection with the shooting outside a Texas immigration facility. Prosecutors tied the July protest and shooting to Antifa, a far-left movement. The trial focused mainly on the shots fired by former U.S. Marine Benjamin Song, who seriously injured a detention officer. Song and 8 other protesters are facing more than 20 years in prison for providing material to support terrorists, attempted murder of a federal officer, and other federal charges. Although defendants claimed that they had no plans to incite violence, prosecutor Sean Smith stated that protesters had a, quote, nefarious intent by wearing body armor and carrying firearms. Secretary Pam Bondi stated that the trial wouldn't be the first of its kind and represents the Trump administration's attempts to, quote, systematically dismantle Antifa. Now over to Emma with the latest in global news.
Thanks, Cara. I'm Emma Goldkopf with your international news update. An overnight airstrike in Afghanistan killed over 400 people at a drug rehabilitation hospital yesterday. This is the latest attack in the now 3-week-long conflict between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Now, Pakistan does reject accusations that the hospital in Kabul was targeted, instead saying the strikes were against military facilities. Just today, the countries agreed to stop fighting before the end of the holy month of Ramadan. The suspension of strikes on Afghanistan take effect at midnight tonight and end at midnight on Monday. The timeline is unclear on the Afghan side. On Tuesday, Israel claims it killed 2 senior Iranian security officials, both of which have now been confirmed by Iran. Iran has fired back with reports of strikes in Israel and Dubai. Now, these killings are in addition to a slew of others, including the supreme leader, stripping Iran of its top leaders. And in other news about the war, Iran-backed Hezbollah's decision to join the war has led to the death of nearly 900 Lebanese people and the displacement of 1 million others. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Emma. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and on Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.